Today I'm going to chat to you about 7 different types of watercolour in blue. Up here you can see a painting that I've prepared and I'm nearly ready to paint. So I need to establish which blues am I going to use. Starting with Daniel Smith French Ultramarine. I quite like these tubes. I'm going to squeeze it straight onto the paper, wash off the pigment and just use water at the bottom. So you can see that behaved absolutely beautifully. Okay, next up is Daniel Smith Phthalo Blue Green shade. Oh, it's an absolute dream. Really washing that off and then start to do the drawdown. Again, it's melding one tone to the next dreamily. And now I'm going to get rid of some of that excess water to bring this down, because there was a lot of water there. Take it off. That's better. And each time I'm dipping my brush into the water, get rid of the excess water to bring it down. But you can see again that similarly to the ultramarine, which by the way is granulating madly and making the most beautiful effects. So immediately I can think to myself, I'm not going to use that French ultramarine in the sky. This might be suitable for the foreground where the water is, but I'm going to be painting a perfectly blue sky. So far, the Phthalo Blue Green shade from Daniel Smith is going to be a better candidate. Next up, we have Lunar Blue in Daniel Smith. This is one of these colours that is designed to see. You can see immediately that it's granulating. I'm using a rough paper, which is encouraging granulation, and it's sitting so interestingly into the divots that are created naturally as part of a rough paper. It's Phthalo Blue Red shade. So this is Phthalo Blue Green shade. This is Phthalo Blue Red shade. Absolutely at the end. I'm just going to get it out with my brush. And, oh, it's all dried up in there, I think. I don't know that I'm going to use this one at all. Let's see if I can get any of that paint out. I'm just sticking a wet brush in there. I'm going to be able to get a sample. Let's see. There you go. Lovely. Right. I'll try and put the darker bit at the top there. Pick up water only and come down. Wash off the pigment. Wash off the pigment. Wipe off the excess water each time. I've got a really big pool there, so I'm going to wipe off the excess water on my towel. The Phthalo Blue Green shade or the Phthalo Blue Red shade are going to be great candidates for a smooth wash on a sky. Cerulean Blue Chromium. Right. Massage in up the top. Right, this does not paint on as easily as the as everything else so far. So it sort of melted nicely. Had to massage that a bit. But the colour is glorious. So we're talking about Cerulean. Just dipping it into my pot and then bringing water down. Right, so we've got a similar action here between the Chromium Blue and Chromium Blue Cerulean and the Lunar Blue, in that it didn't travel very far. These have all travelled. These have travelled beautifully, whereas this didn't travel very far at all. So what that tells me is it's not going to be great for my sky. These two are absolute winners for the sky so far. But this colour is very beautiful. So what I'm having to do now is go back in and massage it a bit. In watercolour, that could be a recipe for disaster. Massage it in to get a lovely dark version of it up the top there. It massaged superbly. There's a big lot of water there, so I'm going to remove water and just bring it down. Okay, the clear winner for my sky is still Phthalo Blue Green shade. It painted beautifully, it travelled beautifully. This Winsor Newton Winsor Blue produced the most magnificent dark, but didn't travel quite as easily as the Phthalo Blue Green shade. So the final one for the test to see who is going to be the winner for my sky in my Greenland is Holbein. Do a little bit of massaging up the top there, and with a wet, I'm just using a wet brush. Oh, it's travelling beautifully. Wash off the pigment, remove the excess. Oh, fantastic. Wash off the pigment this time because I've got a puddle. I'm going to remove. Okay, that is still traveling. That's going to be a magnificent sky if I want it. So it's, oh, that was, and it's a beautiful blue. I really love that. There are so many other blues that you can go and try as well, but this was just a summary of French ultramarine, phthalo blue, lunar blue, another phthalo blue, a type of cerulean, a Winsor blue, and a cobalt blue. And I hope you find that helpful. And if so, please like this video and share it with anyone you know.